Hi guys. I'm gonna tell you the biggest secret that I have kept for 3 years since I started on YouTube. Actually, I've kept it since I was like I think in my early teens. So yeah. Um, yeah. Ever since I was 12, I've always felt like a boy. So yeah. And I wanted to be a boy. And when I was in junior high, I started to act like a boy, and I would tell people to call me Thomas and stuff like that, and people thought, oh, it's just a nickname and stuff like that. So yeah, um, I still presented as female, and I still like lived as a female back then. So yeah, way before when I was a kid, I when I was 5 years old, I remember that I was confused with my gender. So yeah, I was in my foster brother's room at that time, and yeah, he was autistic and he didn't speak at all. I was in his room, and as he was lying down naked, I accidentally touched his private area. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know why he had that, and yeah. So when I was in my own room later, I noticed that my private parts were different from his, and I'm like, why do I have a different private part, than he does? So I was just confused. I didn't understand. I didn't understand what gender was, and it was just kind of a struggle. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk about when I was in junior high. So I wanted to cut my hair short, and sometimes I would wear my gym teacher, Mr. Domain's cologne. The cologne he wore was Obsession for Men. I have that right now. It smells like 60-year-old man. It actually does. Um, I remember trying to tell my dad that I wanted to be a boy, but he was not accepting. He's like, "No, you're a girl, no," and stuff like that. And yeah, and he still isn't accepting of it right now. I just hope one day he'll change his mind, and and realize that this is who I am. This is what makes me happy. So being transgender, I don't believe is a choice. It's basically how you feel in your mind. So yeah, I have a female body and I have a male brain. So I started going by Thomas. I started coming out this year at 22. So in July, before the spring semester ended and stuff like that. And yeah, people slipped up and called me by my legal name by accident, and I just corrected them. I was impatient at first. It's not easy to be patient when you're first coming out. So yeah. Um, the person that inspired me to come out was Jazz Jennings. She's a transgender girl. She was born in the male body, but she transitioned when she was 5 because her parents were very supportive. She was enrolled in school as female, but when she was in grade 2, she was not allowed to use the girls' bathroom. She was stuck using the nurse's bathroom. And at age 8, she was banned from playing girls' soccer, and so her parents had to fight back. They had to spend 2 years fighting back until she was allowed to play as a girl. Like, yeah. I'm trying to get my name change application done, but I have everything else except my fingerprinting, paperwork, so I'm still waiting for that. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to be a boy, I felt like a boy and stuff like that. In high school, I tried to be a girl, it just didn't work, so I felt like I was not my true self, so yeah. But now coming out, I started cross-dressing, and I started biting my breasts to make my chest look flat and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel that God makes us unique, but I do believe He makes mistakes like us, just like us. And growing up, I thought God was perfect, but I don't think He's perfect either. Just like us, like He's really good, and He's really caring and forgiving. So I started praying to God because I met this man from who's a Christian, who's a priest, and he taught me how to pray to God. I met him at the Alberta College campus of Grant MacEwan, and so he taught me how to pray to God to forgive my sins and stuff like that, and it just felt good. You can just feel His Spirit is just there. But I do believe there are mistakes, and in nature. So nature is not perfect. So yeah, like for example, we can have there are animal species that are born with birth defects, including humans. Their humans are not even that are born that are not clearly male or female, that they're intersex and stuff like that. So yeah. Like I do believe that it's impossible to have a perfect world, because if we had a perfect world, then I don't know what it'd be like if we didn't have a perfect world. We don't. So yeah. The reason why I say we don't have a perfect world is because like there are species of animals that are able to survive and some that are not. So, like survival of the fittest. So if for example, let's say the biggest species of animals have an advantage over the smaller species of animals, and then the smaller species gets wiped out, and then the bigger ones like reproduce and stuff like that. That's why I don't think that nature is perfect, right? So there are going to be some weaker animals, and there are going to be some stronger animals and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to get back to topic now about my transition. So I'm planning to have my legal name changed to Thomas, and I'm dropping my middle name, and I'm keeping my last name. So yeah. If you guys don't agree with me, it's okay to not agree with me, but with the choices I make, but just don't leave in any rude comments. Like, I only had a couple people that did disagreed with my choices to transition and stuff like that, and they believe it's better if I stay female because God made me female. He wanted me to be female and stuff like that. And if I'm changing my body, that's not appreciating God's creation and stuff like that. And it's saying that God makes mistakes and he's not perfect, but you know what? I don't agree with what they say. Like, I get it from their perspective, but from my perspective, I feel like you should do what makes you happy, and just be your true self. Just don't let anyone prevent you from being your true self, and that's what I think. So that's what I learned from watching Jazz Jennings. So yeah. Okay, so those of you those of you parents who have transgender kids, my advice to you is accept your children for who they are. So yeah, and if you don't accept them, they're not gonna be very depressed, and the suicide attempts of people with transgender are very high. I heard it's 41%, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, because it's really, really important for your children to let them express the gender that they feel, right? So yeah. And I find that people look at gender as black and white, so I don't agree with that. And being transgender has taught me that gender is a color spectrum. It's not black and white. There's people that identify as both male and female. There's people that identify themselves as neither male nor female. There's people who identify as trans. There's people who identify as a man or a woman, etc. It's different from sex because, like, sex is biological, but, like, male, female. But I do believe there are some exceptions. That there are people who are born like intersex, and there are plants that have both male and female parts and stuff like that. So yeah. Like, some people don't choose to not identify as any gender at all. So yeah. Like, I don't think being transgender is a choice. It's, but it's to transition is a choice or not. So it's a choice to either have surgery or to start taking hormones and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, my very first time coming out on YouTube as transgender. My plan is to make another YouTube channel after I start fully transitioning. So yeah. Anyways, this may be one of my last videos I'll make on this channel. So yeah, if you have any comments, just let me know. So if you're transgender yourself and you feel like you're struggling to express yourself, like go reach out to others who are transgender, or go watch Jazz Jennings. She's 14 years old and she's a transgender girl, and yeah, she's a very strong-willed person, and she encourages people to not hide who you truly are. So yeah, so check that out. So check out her YouTube channel called Jazz Jennings. She has videos that really explain about what transgender is. Or you should go watch the TLC's Jazz. or you should watch the Barbara Walters interview about Jazz Jennings. This is done when she was like 6 years old and 11 years old. So yeah, check that out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.